The circle of self, it's all about wholeness. It's about creating a whole circle of self for ourselves. And there's 7 elements to that. So they are movement, stillness, community, love, nature, nourishment, and spiritual wellness. And so just breaking it down a little bit, I'm not going to go into it too much, but movement is typically what we would think of as moving our bodies, but also moving our minds, moving our thoughts, because in order to process emotions, if you think of the word emotion, it literally has motion in it. We have to move those emotions through ourselves. So I think mind, body, spirit practices are the ultimate thing you could do. So for example, yoga, but any type of movement that you do, whether it's swimming, running, gymnastics, weightlifting, boxing, whatever you do, moving your bodies, and then also practices like journaling, moving your thoughts and your mind. That's a key part. So movement. Then the yin to that yang is stillness. And that is typical stillness is in like rest and sleep, but also in like meditation, mindfulness practices, because we need to have that yin to our yang. We can't just constantly be on the move. So that's stillness. And then love. Love, it's very similar to this. We have to start with self-love, which can be the hardest love to find. But once we find that and we have abundance of that, then we can spread it out. So that's love. Community, we're social beings. We need to be socially connected to each other. Like you're saying, kinship, that connection is really key to our health and well-being. And what else have we got? Nourishment. So that not only our food and hydration, but also what are we listening to? What are we watching? How much are we involved in social media? Those sort of things. And in terms of food and hydration, not anything specific of like a diet or anything, but being mindful of, to tell anybody anything, of stop drinking soda, drink water, try and drink as food as close to its original state as you can. Try and limit processed high sugar foods, things like that. Like you said before, the being able to connect the food that you're eating with how you're feeling and thinking is key. So,
I was just going to add too, though, you hear we've both heard, right? Lots of people complain, myself in the past, about being hard to drink water. Now I love water now, but hard, you hear lots of people, I just can't do it, hear it over and over and over again. Well, eat some fruit then, I know health practitioners that say that they don't even drink any water. They only eat fruit and get some stuff from some hydration from a coconut,
H3O2.
Things like that. So find ways to hydrate. If you can't drink water, well, you should be able to, and you will eventually. But go the fruit option or something like that. Eat lots of fruit.
Yeah, things with high sugar, high water content. Sorry, watermelon, cucumber, all of those things. So, yeah, it's so important. Once you start noticing how much processed food and like the seed oils and things that our bodies don't need, and you notice how much that we're eating of it, and then you change the clarity in your mind, the way your body feels, it's a really important component. So that is nourishment. Nature, also being outside, as we've said, we've noticed as a family, being outside is really important for us. But we are, especially if you're working in office jobs or inside a clinic or just inside, you may just get up in the morning, drive to work, be in the office, drive home, be in your house, and you're not getting outside. So just taking those daily walks, going to eat under a tree, going to hug a tree, anything like putting your bare feet on the ground, those sort of things, really important. And another part of nature is also being connected to the natural rhythms of nature, because we also forget this. We are a part of nature, and so we need to be more aligned with the natural world. So if you think about, like, we go through the whole year, especially in a capitalist society, we go through the whole year trying to do the same thing, like working at the same pace, trying to do our routine the same way. And then you stop and you look at the animals around us, the trees, they change through the seasons, they change through the day. And we don't do that often. So we have to start living cyclically with the natural rhythms of, whether it be your menstrual cycle as a female, the seasons, just the circadian rhythm of the day. Just being more in touch with that is important. And I think the only other one I didn't delve into was spiritual wellness. And this one is not related to any specific religion or spiritual tradition or practice. It is more a connection to a higher consciousness or a universal energy that we have around us, no matter what kind of practice you're involved in. If we can connect to that, we find more meaning, more purpose, and it really helps our well-being, our holistic well-being. So they're the 7 elements. I'm writing a book for the Circle of Self, and it will go deeper, much deeper into those things, and I'm sure we'll talk about it more on this podcast. But this is what I use for my life. I'm really focusing on those 7 elements, and I bring it in with the people I work with as well. And Ace has to listen to me talk about it all the time, so I bring it into his life too.